In this video, we're gonna talk about what defines a man. Because in today's world, guys are soft. I'll just keep it real. Now, everywhere I go, I'm seeing all these guys trying to hype themselves up, talk like they're men, but they don't handle business. They don't do the things they need to do so they could have the life they want, the career that they want, the relationships that they want, the house that they want, the money that they want. It's all because they're not doing the right moves or not going through the right actions as a man. So let's just get into it. First off, man boys don't have discipline. They don't know how to stay organized. They don't know how to create a system for their life. And this is a requirement for all men because life is chaotic. Problems are gonna come up, challenges come up. And if you can't stay organized, you will never be able to get over them. For me, when I was younger, I used to say, hey, I got it, I'll take care of it, but I'll do it tomorrow. The more you procrastinate, the less you're able to get ahead. Discipline is required because if you're not gonna complete the things you do, then it's all wasted time, it's all wasted energy, it's all wasted money. It's just like all talk status. Discipline's important because you finished the things you want. Like for me, going through the motions of college, I didn't get any benefit from college in the immediate except for networking and getting to know people. But it's not until I graduated college that I was able to get a great job, build a great career, build the foundations of what I wanted in my life. Now, I'm not saying that, problems are easy to deal with. There's always a difficult challenge at any given time, and you never know where it's gonna come from, and you never know how it's gonna play out. But the discipline instills the ability to just keep going, have that grit, handle that frustration, and then just continued on. Discipline is important because if you do what you say you're gonna do and you execute on it, you actually build more confidence. Now, man boys don't have that discipline. That's why everything else in their life is always scattered. Take a look at their bedrooms, take a look at their homes, take a look at how they work, take a look at their car. It stays dirty, it's disorganized. It shows a lack of care. So when you actually care about something, you have to stay disciplined to it and commit to it at all times. Now, another thing that I see with man boys is hygiene in terms of cleaning their areas, clean themselves, brushing your teeth, take a shower, iron or presentable is a must for men, all right? In one way or another. Now, I get it if like you're gonna go to a blue collar job, whatever, warehouse job, you just wanna knock the stuff out. It is what it is. But great men know how to take care of themselves because when they take care of themselves, they know how to take care of other people. Now, that's not to confuse with the man boy that is fresh to death, has the flyest clothes, but they have nothing to show for life. That's a different story or a different part of this story. Now, so in order to take care of yourself, now, in order to have that great hygiene, goes back to discipline. Now, I'm not talking about just hygiene in terms of brushing your teeth and taking a shower, but taking care of your body, eating well, eating the right foods, stop eating junk. The reason why I say that is because I'm an athlete, and so I've been hurt multiple times. And in order to get back to where I need to be so I could be productive and efficient and effective, is I gotta take care of my body. And so that means I'm not eating fast food as much, I'm not drinking as much alcohol, I don't smoke weed, and yeah, I'm very mindful of what I eat, but I'm also mindful of how I work out. Right now, I'm also injured, and I can't use my hands as good. I don't have the grip strength anymore. 20 years in my work, and I can no longer use my hands like I used to. And every time I use it, it gets very painful after a certain amount of time. So how do I work out? I adjusted my workouts to be more leg-based. I go walking a lot. I'll do jogs when I can. And I limit how much I carry and how much I do. It's just a part of the game because I'm committed to taking care of myself. Because the more you take care of yourself, the more longevity and endurance you could have. It's not like I'm the type of person I'm gonna give up really quickly. And that's one of the things I see with man boys. they give up too fast. And so you gotta set yourself up in the right way. That way, you gotta set yourself up in the right way physically and mentally. That way you could take on whatever's external outside of you. But when it comes to the mind now, it's all about emotional control. Some of these youngsters, they pop off at the mouth all the time, thinking they deserve respect. They haven't earned it. Respect is earned, it's never deserved. And you earn respect by doing what you say you're gonna do, following through, committing, and driving results, all right? So with that, emotional control is very important, because when things come at you and problems pop up, you gotta be able to just handle that problem and get back to the center and balance, and then go after what you're focusing on. You don't wanna get distracted with all the bullshit. Now, when you take care of yourself and you're able to stay disciplined and you're able to control your emotions, then you're able to lead yourself. Then you're able to stay disciplined, control your emotions, and take care of yourself. You're actually primed to lead yourself. Most men, boys, they're indecisive. They can't lead themselves for anything. It's because they're waiting for mommy and daddy to take care of them. And mom and dad ain't gonna be there forever. That's a harsh reality of truth. And most men, boys, don't realize that until it's too late, until they're stuck in a rut, until they can't do anything. When it's time to start leading, it's always leading yourself. By setting the proper example, people end up starting to follow you. Now, part of the thing is, a lot of men, boy, want to lead other people, and they have nothing to show for it. And then the grown men, just lead yourself. Set the example. People naturally follow that afterwards. Men aren't designed to, let me get attention, let me follow what I do, this is how I do it, or anything like that. And there's gonna be some people in this video say, why are you telling us to do this if you're not doing it yourself? But I am doing it myself. Keep it real. I'm not one of these suckers out here just trying to say and speak and have nothing to show for it. I've done what I've done, and I'm just trying to share my story and share it with other people, and hopefully some people may take it. It's cool with me, some people won't. It's cool with me also. This is a journal to myself to remind myself, if I ever get into any down moments, I could come back to this video and give myself a pep talk. That's really what this is. So when it comes to leadership, self-leadership is the most important thing. And with that, men have to be decisive, they have to know what they want, and they have to be self-aware. Most men aren't that. They may have one or two of those, but they don't have all three. And it's important, if you want to be able to lead yourself, you have to maintain that clarity at all times. Now, when it comes to the indecisive, this is a big one I see. I see a lot of people who get stuck, frozen in the pathway, stuck at a fork, and they're in the limbo of deciding, should I go the easy route or should I take this harder route? It all depends on the end goal. What do you want for your life? If you want an easy cruise control life, yeah, take the easy route. Sometimes that doesn't end up lead to where you want to go. But then if you take the hard road, sometimes you might work so hard that you have nothing to show for it at the end, and you waste your time as well too. So that's why I say it's important to know the end goal, because then you could decide, is the juice worth the squeeze? Is what you're doing, the difficulty in what you're doing, worth what you want to have at the end of the day? And a lot of times, men are instinctually gonna know what they want. And so you gotta make that decision. You gotta do the research, see what the pathways are. For me, I'm choosing to go into business. I've been in healthcare for 17 years, just retired medically. I'm also 40 years old, so I got a lot of life left in me. And so I'm applying everything I've learned in the corporate world and applying it to these businesses that I'm a part of, and it's a great experience for me. It's a new challenge, and it actually drives and fuels me up even more to go out and try to attempt to do something I've never done before. But it's a decision I had to make, and it wasn't an easy decision, because staying at a job, getting a definite salary, getting the benefits, the healthcare, the medical, the 401ks, all that, is that worth my peace of mind? Because internally for me, I knew, like, I'm capped out now. I hit a glass ceiling. What more can I do? I'm still in my younger stage. I turned 40, and this new stage of life, I get to build life in what I chose. Now, it's not easy, it's difficult. There's a lot of headaches, there's a lot of unknowns and things that need to be clarified. But I feel like I'm on a journey. I'm creating my own movie, and it's just totally exciting for me. And for me, it's worth the squeeze because now my potential is uncapped. Whereas when I was in a W-2, I was capped. So I had to make that decision that I'm going all in on business, and that's what I'm gonna do. Men, boys, they don't make that decision because the whole time their mom, their dad, whoever it was that raised them made the decisions for them and did not encourage them to make a definite decision for themselves. And so you're gonna see that men, boys also rely on their girls to make the decisions for them. And that's not the smartest thing to do. It gets dangerous as you get older that you're solely 100% dependent on someone else. You should still be able to have mental faculty and the ability to make a decision for yourself. You're still an independent person. Even though relationships are great, you still gotta make that decision. And the last one I see that's really big, they're always blaming someone else. Any bad circumstance, someone else's fault. They got fired, someone else's fault. This job wasn't right, they did this or did that. Relationship failed, it was because this chick did this and whatever it was, they cheated or anything like that. Accountability is one of the most important things that a man could have. And that's being able to accept all the good, but more importantly, accept all the bad that's happened and say, okay, I made a wrong decision on this one. How do I make the right decisions to get myself out of this hole? Sometimes what I see is like guys making the wrong decisions and then just giving up and then moving off to create the same mistakes in a different area or a different career path or a different relationship. And that's sad to see because they haven't learned the lesson, but they're carrying all that baggage, all that experience. They didn't learn the lesson, and they're just still trying to do the exact same thing over and over again. It's not a great way to live because guys like that, they don't last in careers, they don't last in relationships. They might have a relationship that might last 2 years. Or for me, I used to be a hiring manager, and I would see people that hop jobs every year, every 2 years. Like, how's that look? There's no commitment, there's no discipline. They don't take care of themselves. They can't lead themselves, and they're indecisive. And then to stack up on top of that, they're blaming other people for their failures and their faults. And so that's why men, boy, are the most toxic thing in the world. And when it comes to men, you just gotta make the decision, stay committed, keep going. So if you like this video, you can subscribe. Be easy.